Hey guys, it's Dr. Masud. I want to talk to you about if you have struggled with your health, or may not feel like you're complete, or you're trying to do bigger and better things, and for some reason or the other, you're a little bit afraid to take the risk or to make something happen, and you find yourself constantly looking for the next new shiny diamond or the next new thing, but never anything ever works out for you the way you intended. Although you had great intentions, you really wanted to make something really happen, and you thought to yourself along the way that if something did great happen, you were going to help a lot of people along that way. I mean, you really had a good heart and sincerity that you wanted to make differences in people's lives. And so you had this dream, but unfortunately, somehow or the other, something happened and you found yourself like living in a life that is not really you, but you've just settled. And I'm talking to you if you're that one person, okay, or that thousands of people or whoever it may be. Here's what I want you to understand is that when you have your dream, when you have your goal, that there's obviously, anybody will tell you, no matter what level, at a professional level they've attained, whether it's basketball, football, whether it's in business, whether it's having an amazing life, everyone will tell you that to achieve that goal, they had to make some sacrifices. And so they had to give something up. Like for me, when I became a doctor, there were many nights that my friends in college were going out and, partying and having a good time. And I really wish that I could be out there with them. But instead, I'm sitting there in this little cubby hole, with hardly any sleep, with my books, in my front of my face on this easy reader, so my neck's not getting affected, my head's popped up, and I'm just sitting there forcing myself to study and slapping myself and keep myself awake. So I had to make some sacrifices. And so you guys know that innately, that it does take some sacrifices. But you're probably saying to yourself is that, you know what though? I've made those sacrifices and yet I haven't fulfilled my dream. And here's what I want to tell you, and I want to encourage you about: keep going. Because see, there is pain and there is suffering when you go through that process to achieve your ultimate goal that you're looking for. But if you quit on that dream, if you quit on your destiny, if you quit on trying to get to the next level, what's going to happen, even though there's pain and suffering to reach that goal, what will happen once you quit or once you stop or once you surrender or once you give in, what will happen is you will have pain for the rest of your life. You will always wonder, what could I've been? You'll always question the fact that maybe I could have done this or I could have done that. And you'll never know. And unfortunately, that pain will not only affect you, but it'll affect everybody around you that is close to you. That means your wife. That means your husband. That means your children. That means your parents. That means your friends. Because what they will do is they will inherit what the dream that you never achieved, they will inherit that debt in their own life. And now things that of things that you could have helped people, you could have made a big difference, you don't have that, you're not that well anymore. And so you can't help other people if you haven't reached that destiny. If I was on top of a mountain and I'm trying to get somebody up on top of that top with me, I have to be on top and I've got to be able to pull them up. And so you can't, if you're at the bottom of the mountain, pull people up to the top. It doesn't work that way. And so if you gave up, if you quit, I will promise you for the rest of your life, it will haunt you. And so my encouragement for you guys today is, listen, I know that things get difficult in people's lives, and there's times where you feel, I know I've been there, where you're mad at God, if you're your higher power, or whatever it is to you, but you get frustrated and you don't understand why are you doing this, But the thing is that if you can just stick with it, and if you can just get training and skills that you may need, and sometimes that means that you got to get a coach. Sometimes it means that you have to hire somebody. Sometimes it means you got to get a loan. Sometimes it means you have to go out of your comfort zone to get the skills and the training that you're going to need to help you. And then if you find somebody like that that you can trust, that has already had a proven track record, and then you'll know, pretty quickly if this is the right person for you. And then from there, you start building that relationship and you start working on yourself. You start getting the training, and then what you'll start noticing, you'll start getting some small wins. But if you're not getting the wins, it doesn't mean that you give up. You got to keep going. You got to find another avenue. You got to find something. But eventually what happens, it's like this veil, this curtain that's lifted. And when that curtain's lifted, that's where all the success starts happening. And then it becomes snowballing. Look, guys, I started this videos, these YouTube videos, not forever, and I was going back and forth, and I still don't know how to do the hashtags. I still don't know, how to make the perfect lighting, and I don't even care. I rehearse one time. I don't sit there and think about it. I talk to you from my heart. I talk to you from experience, and I don't care about all the other stuff. And so I don't make it perfect. I just get action and I start going. And eventually, what I know is the formula for success is that you stick with something long enough, eventually you have a breakthrough. And so that's what I'm encouraging you to do, is that if you're struggling, just keep going, keep pushing yourself. You might be trying to be a movie star, and you know that the percentages are low, but it doesn't mean that you can't do other jobs while you're still trying to fulfill that dream. You might be trying to go into a professional sports, and you know that you've got the ability, you know that inside of you that you've got those talents and you've got those skills, and you're just been a gifted athlete. But now you've got to learn some different training to get to the next level. It might be in your business or in sales, whatever it is. I see it all the time in health that people lose weight, they look for the shiny diamond, they have the wrong mindset, and they lose weight for a little while, then they gain it back. And unfortunately, they never make the radical change of the skills that they need to live a lifestyle of good health. So instead, they go for real quick, lose weight, and a year later, they gain it back. And that's just not the way to do it. It's all about lifestyle. And so with health, it really is, you have to be trained, and you have to have skills, you have to have tools. And that's not just health, that's everything you do in your life. And so the message is, give up on your dreams, whatever they may be, because I'm telling you, you will regret it for the rest of your life. And that pain is much worse than the pain that you're going through when you're suffering through to get to your goal. All right, guys, that's a little encouragement. I really wish you nothing sincerely but the best. Take care.